This is Pete Moore on Halo Talks NYC. I have the pleasure of having Patrick Cundiff out of Loud Rumor, Arizona. Patrick, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Pete. I appreciate it.
Awesome. So you're the director of marketing of Loud Rumor. That, to me, might be the equivalent of like a small earthquake or like The Big Short.
Yeah.
Maybe Ant-Man. I don't know. What's the how do you guys go to market being like a Loud Rumor?
Yeah, no, that's a good question. So, obviously within marketing, you want to be able to position yourself in a unique way, right? So I think the name speaks for itself when you talk about Loud Rumor. You're kind of like, what's that? Gets a little intrigue there. So
cool. So why don't you give everybody on here your personal background, how you became a director of marketing here, what attracted you to the industry, and then we'll jump into the company after that.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've been with the company for coming up on 3 years now. I started off as an account manager, so doing the ad campaigns for the fitness studios that we work with. And then probably about a year, I started focusing purely on partnerships. So, what we found is we didn't want to be in make a CRM or some type of software or sell supplements, but we were looking for ways to grow our business. So, we thought, why not partner with some great people in the industry that are providing great services, products, and partner with those guys and help these fitness studios grow and scale their business through, CRMs and supplements and gym equipment and all that stuff. So I focused on that for about a year and a half, grew that from 0 partnerships to over 30. And then this last November, I took over as director of marketing for the company. And prior to Loud Rumor, I was always been in the agency's place. So, working at digital agencies since coming out of college in 2010 out of the University of Iowa.
Gotcha. So, when you look at the industry, before this coronavirus crisis, I would say that most health club operators and boutique studio operators think that they're good at marketing, but still viewed advertising as an expense on their P&L and not an investment. So, before the world turned, what were some of the positions that you were taking, if you will, to say, look, this is why you need to hire us, and these are what the results are going to be, and getting people over that tilt of, in order for traffic to show up in my clubs, in order for me to actually engage and have our members do the actions that we want them to do, this is why you need to take this call and not, tell me you'll call me in a month or 3 months or a year from now.
Yeah. I mean, the fitness industry is notorious for having terrible retention rates, right? So, I mean, new leads are the lifeblood of any business. And that's really, what our pitch is, we're here to help you get new business and turn those leads into members and turn those members into referrals. So, I mean, that's really what it comes down to is with any studio, leads are going to be the lifeblood of your business.
And do you guys have like a standard, here's like a 90-day plan? Or do you kind of come in, like understand the DNA of each company and say, okay, let me craft a branding and a lead gen strategy? Or, how do you guys think about it and what's scalable about your business?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question. So, I mean, we've had the privilege of working with over 2,000 fitness studios over the course of the past 4 or 5 years. So we've developed, I'll call it a playbook, a turnkey solution to help them generate leads through traditional paid social channels like Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And during those 5 years working with over 2,000 fitness studios, we've done a lot of testing. So we know what works within that 5-mile radius of that brick and mortar fitness studio.
Gotcha. So tell us exactly what happened. So, Pete Moore, Pete's Fitness, I come on board, you guys become what, and talk us through the the plan that you guys put in place and what the is it digital, is it you're basically my account exec, how's it work?
Yeah, so essentially you sign up with us. What's going to happen is you're going to get an email from your account manager. They're going to introduce themselves, tell you a little about them, their background, their history. From there, they're going to work to schedule a call with you, an onboarding call, and it typically takes about an hour to do. We're just gathering as much information as possible. What does your demographic look like? Give us all the assets that you can give us in terms of creative and B-roll, because with social media, people they don't go on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube to, look for ads, right? I mean, they're on there to engage with their family, their friends. So as much organic content as we can get from these fitness studios, the better. From there, the account manager will start to put together a campaign, a lead generation campaign through those social channels that you decide to, sign up with. And then we just roll out the marketing within 5 to 7 days from that initial intake call.
Got it. So with the clients that you have, the clients that you want to have, are you guys on long-term retainers? Are you coming in to do like some blitz marketing?
Yeah, so we do. We do 3-month commitments, and then it's month to month after that. The reason that we do 3 months is sometimes it takes a few swings to really nail in that specific demographic within the studio. Obviously, because somewhere in Alabama is going to be different from somewhere in California, right? So we really need about a month to make sure that we have all the pieces in place. If we don't hit that home run right off the bat, like I said, we have that playbook, but sometimes especially with marketing, some things need to be adjusted and optimized. And that's really what's, most important to us is that we look at these, relationships with our members as partnerships, taking the good with the bad, having those transparent conversations because, really to succeed in marketing, you need to have a cohesive relationship and be open to having those conversations, that, just like any partnership would.
Mm-hmm. So have you come across any issues where, you're representing two companies in the same market and deploying the same strategies? Obviously everyone wants to use the best tools and we all want to succeed, but do you ever get some like exclusivity provisions that people are asking for?
Yeah, I mean, we don't do exclusivity. We have different resources in terms of like models that we'll use to shoot some of the videos for the fitness studio. So making sure the same person isn't in the same ad as a person 5 miles down the road from them. But the biggest thing there is, what would you rather have? A company that's controlling both of them and making sure that, we're not overlapping or degrading the other studio across the street, or, just going to another company and you have no idea what they're going to do. Right. So that's kind of the way that we position is we're here to help. We're here to help and grow these fitness studios. And if we're not helping both of them, they're going to go to somewhere else. And, if you go to somewhere else, then you have the chance of people potentially bagging on the studio across the street. So.
Yeah, sure. So what have you been doing the last couple of weeks, and what have you been seeing that's working, during this crisis?
Yeah, I mean, the first thing is, the first thing every studio is going to have to do at this time is pivot their model online. I mean, that's a no-brainer. You got to do that, or unfortunately, you're probably going to go out of business because we don't know how long this is going to last. I was running advertising for Loud Room, and I saw a comment that says, you don't need to pivot your business model. You just need to hunker down and wait this thing out. Well, that's a bold strategy. Let's see how it pays off. But so we're advising all of our members to pivot online. And, if you have the means to continue to advertise, like now's a great time to advertise because so many people have pulled out of the market that the cost per impressions, the cost per leads are going way, way, way down. So if you have the means, continue to advertise, right?
Right.
So majority of our members have pivoted their business model online. So now the lead generations are around, joining the online fitness community. And we're seeing really, really good success with that.
Mm-hmm. And are you actually actively managing those? Like, for an example, like I went on to a Zoom production of a workout, and I've also been on Open Fit, and I've been on Peloton, and obviously the quality of those productions are leaps and bounds ahead of somebody kind of doing a makeshift Zoom. So do you view the loyalty of the members that have relationships with the instructors more important than the production value?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I
didn't know the answer to that question when I was asking about it. So I want to get your opinion on it.
Yeah, no local studio is going to be able to pivot their business model online and match Peloton. I mean, That's not going to happen. You know what I mean? The advantage that these studios have is the fact that they've built this great community. So they really need to be able to leverage that. And production quality is, what we've seen so far is not, it hasn't been an issue.
Really? It's interesting. So you basically, if somebody says, hey, look, I've got a situation where I am so hypersensitive about what my brand presentation is that I don't want to really go and do too much online because it's going to make it look like I've got a rinky-dink, online workout. You're saying that that's not something you should be paranoid about.
Yeah, I don't think it's something that you should be paranoid about. What really matters is what your community thinks of you within that 5-7 mile radius of your fitness studio, especially the members that you already have. And they're loyal to you no matter what, because you've already, delivered that great experience for them.
So is that something that you guys recommend should be free service? Should it be a charge? Should there be, multiple different packages? Like we do an 8 a.m. class that's free. We do a 9 a.m. class that's, only members get the code. We do a semi-private class, and that's for chargers. These things kind of like a work in progress.
Everything's new, right? So it's a matter of testing. What we're finding is members are pivoting their model online, and they've been able to retain, at least in the short term. Long term, I don't know how this is going to play out, but in the short term, they've been able to retain a majority of those members and bring them online, and continue to pay the same rate that they've been paying. In terms of lead generation for those online businesses, what we're seeing work right now is if you're going to do a trial, do a free trial, whether that's 1 day or 7 day or 2 days or something along those. Do those free trials, because everyone right now is doing free trials for their online fitness studio, and then upsell them into some type of 28-day, 30-day, 60-day challenge at a low barrier cost. It might be $49, it might be $99, but so long as, and this is speaking to new leads in terms of lead generation for these fitness studios, right? So long as you keep it low enough barrier, we're seeing better success with that, as opposed to, running an online challenge for a high ticket, like, $500-$600.
Mm-hmm. So when this crisis ends, do you think that the clubs and the studios potentially have the ability to say, look, I've already pivoted my business, and now I've actually got a bricks and mortar and an online strategy that was forced upon me, but, actually creates like a very viable ancillary revenue opportunity that everyone was like, yeah, I'll get to that when I need to, or when I feel like it. And maybe there is like a little bit of a silver lining in this pandemic.
I definitely feel like there's a silver lining, not only because you've created an ancillary business model, but the fact that one thing I'm certain out of all of this is, people are going to feel vulnerable, right? They're going to think, me smoking a pack of cigarettes a day, drinking, 12 beers and eating potato chips. Like, next time this thing rolls around, I might not make it through it, right? So I feel like this is going to be, like you'll see with the New Year's rush, where everyone's going to, a fitness studio to want to work out. So that's what the silver lining for me is. And yeah, there's a new business that you can go after in terms of online strategy. But, at the end of the day, people come to a fitness studio because of, the community. But that said, with the online stuff, yeah, it's a new business, and you can not only market to that 5 to 7 mile radius within your local area, but also, around the country.
So if I want to target everyone who's been smoking a pack of cigarettes in a 12-pack, Loud Rumor can help me identify those potential targets.
Well, the unfortunate part is that that's the majority of the country. So it's not.
Somebody sent me an April Fool's link that the governor of California was banning all alcohol sales.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit, dude, that's a little bit extreme. And then it was like an April Fool's
I read
parody link.
Yeah, I read this morning that alcohol sales are up 55% or something like that.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, when you look to, we did a podcast the other day in a webinar, here's what we need to do from a crisis management standpoint and make sure that we survive. From your standpoint, from, echoing what you just said here, basically these club operators and fitness boutique studios, when we do know what the reopen date is, which there inevitably obviously will be one, you're basically saying, look, think about it as basically doing a re-grand opening, or doing a pre-sale, or almost like, when there's a sign in front that says, under new management, grand reopening. Is that kind of, your mindset of where we're going to be in a couple of months?
Yeah, no, I definitely feel like, the masses are going to want to come to the fitness studios. And so long as you're offering some type of low barrier offer at that time, like a free week of classes, you're going to generate a ton of leads, just like you would be in January when people are looking to get fit for the new year. I think right now, and I always go back, like, so long as you have the means to advertise, continue to advertise, right? Because now's not the time to stop your marketing. Now's the time to pivot your marketing. So if I'm a fitness studio owner and I have the means, I'm still doing the lead generation with a low barrier offer, like 7 days of free online classes. But at the same time, I want to do some lead capture where I'm providing downloads for nutrition guides and at-home workouts so that I can collect a list of leads and then retarget them when my studio's back open, to get them in the door, right? They're a little bit warmer because they've consumed your content with those free downloads, those free guides. I feel like that's the pivot that, studios need to really make right now is, offering as much value as possible, because you got to think about it, when studios eventually do open their doors again, right? Like, as a consumer, who are you going to go to? You're going to go to someone that's providing you some awesome value over the course of the past 2, 3, 4 months, however long this lasts, in terms of at-home workouts and nutrition guides. Or you're going to go to the person that you never heard of because they weren't advertising.
Sure. So how are you spending your time now? Are you mostly focused on your current clients? Are you seeing an inflow of groups that are trying to help you, have you help them launch their digital or market their digital? What's, give me like a little bit of like a qualitative, like, trend analysis.
Yeah. So, we're a digital agency. We're an advertising agency, right? But I think something that really sets us apart is we provide a lot of training assets for our fitness studios, because as a lead generation company, I'll be the first to tell you that leads alone won't save your business. So we've, over a year ago, launched a virtual training platform where we're teaching studio owners not only how to be better at marketing, but how to be better at sales, how to be better at finance, how to be better at PR, HR, because so long as they're better business owners, they're really going to understand the importance of marketing and lead generation. And it's not like it's just loud when we're talking about those topics. I mean, we're bringing in the top 5% of the studios that we work with that are crushing in all those different areas and creating the training modules for them. So
how does somebody access those?
Yeah, if they want to learn more information on that, you can just go to loudrumorvt.com and give you a download of everything that we offer on that virtual training side.
Is that free, or is that like a per seat?
It's per seat. It's free if you're an agency client for ours, but if you're not and you just want to access the virtual training platform, it's per seat. Super cheap to buy in, $99 a month to month, cancel anytime, no long-term contracts or anything like that.
So loudrumor.com/what?
It's you can just go to you can either go to loudrumor.com and you can get some more information there. If you want specific information to the virtual training platform, you can go to loudrumorvt.com.
Gotcha. It's kind of like masterclass, effectively.
In a sense, yeah. It's been a great resource in terms of how it's helped us as an agency. It's helped out with retention tremendously because there's a lot of valuable content in there. And like I said, I mean, we have people that are coming in that are industry experts on finance specific in the fitness space. We have studio owners. McAford is the owner of 7 Orange Theory locations out here in Arizona. He's actually our performance director for this virtual training program. He's doing a lot of the trainings as well. And it's not just for the studio owner. We have options in there for, front desk training and GM training and every type of training that's going to help a fitness studio and their employees be successful. And one of those trainings, going back to what we were talking about, is, how to pivot your business model online quickly. So we, as soon as we saw the stuff going down, I mean, we created this course within a day, had it live so that our members could figure out a quick solution. Going back to what you talked about, it's not necessarily the best production value. It's not a Peloton, but it gets the job done, right, on how to pivot that business model online.
Got it. Cool. So what's your crystal ball of, what the health club industry and the studio industry look like, when we reopen here, or, what the new world order might feel like for everybody?
Yeah, it's a great question. I definitely think we're heading into some type of recession. So we're going to find out, who really wants to be a fitness business studio owner and who thought it would just be a fun idea. So we're going to weed out, who really wants to do this and who doesn't. And then, from there, I feel like when things do get back to normal, that we're going to see an influx of business. And, that's what I'm excited about, right? Because, obviously as an agency for fitness studios, we've taken a little hit, right? But I'm thinking long-term. And, people have been stuck in their house, they're feeling vulnerable and unhealthy. As soon as people can get back into the studios, I think we're going to see a huge influx of new business for these studio owners. It's just who's willing to weather the storm, pivot their business model, and really work on their business right now and make those sacrifices for when that time comes.
Great. So what's the, in closing here, what you got any good quotes that you live by, or anything that people always say, like, oh, Patrick says that all the time?
So I'm an Iowa boy. I went to the University of Iowa, and I'm a big fan of Iowa wrestling. And the Brands brothers, the coaches over there at the University of Iowa, they always say, you deserve everything you earn. So that's my quote. You deserve everything you earn.
I like it. All right. So here's to working hard, getting through the crisis, make it a loud rumor when you get out the back end. And we'll have Patrick's contact information up there. I know you guys are doing a lot of webinars and videos that I've seen online with your CEO, Mike RC. So we'll be standing by watching. And thanks for your service to the industry and making sure we get back on track, profitable, and reach everybody that we need to reach, even those guys that are starting up a 12-pack right now.
Awesome, Pete, man. Hey, I appreciate you having me on. Thanks, man.
You got it. Talk to you soon.
All right,
thanks, bud. Bye. This is Pete Moore. As you know, I am a big believer in personal development. I got a time-saving opportunity here for you, recommending Dan Millman's 4 Purposes of Life. Go to audible.com/Halo Talks. You want to register there, get a free audiobook. It's $14.95 a month thereafter, giving you things that I do to make myself better, and hopefully it makes you better. Go Halo. Let's play to win.